Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. We love baking bread of all origins. And today we're heading to the Pacific, bringing you Hawaiian bread rolls, traditionally served with pulled pork and coleslaw. On our recent travels, we tried them, loved them, and decided to recreate the recipe. Let's begin. And we'll start with preparing the dough for the rolls. We'll need 7 grams of dry active yeast that you have to activate in a quarter of a cup of warm water, which I've already done. We'll need 4 cups of plain flour, which I'll sift into a bowl. Just level cups sifted into the bowl. And then we're going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And just give it a little whisk. A third of a cup of sugar, a quarter of a cup of buttermilk, half a cup of pineapple juice, and that's what makes these rolls very different from any other, and a quarter of a cup of melted butter, 2 eggs lightly beaten. And now I'm going to add the activated yeast. Just give it a tiny little stir. Just to start the dough in the bowl. Dump the dough onto the floured surface. A little bit more. Cooking the pork is a very lengthy process, so I prepared the pork yesterday. We're also going to serve it with barbecue sausage, also made at home. I'm going to roll it into a ball and put it back into the bowl, cover it with a cling film tight, and put it in a warm place for about 2 hours or so until it's doubled in bulk. As the dough rises, we'll prepare the coleslaw. And we'll start with the dressing. We'll need 1 cup of mayonnaise, half a cup of buttermilk, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, a third of a cup of white sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and about a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, which I like to mix with rainbow peppermint, 1 teaspoon of garlic granules. So basically we're making the ranch dressing, and 1 teaspoon of celery seeds, and 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard. I'm just going to whisk it all. The coleslaw, the best consistency and therefore flavor is when you chop the cabbage as if you would an onion. And lastly, a small bunch of spring onions, finely chopped. Now we're going to give it a little stir. Now I'm going to pour this dressing with the sugar completely dissolved now. I'll now just cover it with a piece of cling film and put it in the fridge until we're ready for it. The dough has now risen and we're going to shape the rolls. Lightly flour the surface. Very soft dough. The amount of rolls is optional. We like large rolls, so I'm going to make 9, but you can make it up to 18. So I'm going to divide this amount of dough into 3 and then into 3 again. I'm going to place to rise into a lightly buttered cast iron dish. Cover it and let it rise in a warm place. You can use any baking dish, it doesn't even have to be round. As long as there is enough room to place them all and space them a little bit because they will expand as they're rising for the second time. Now I'm going to cover it with the lid and put it in a warm place to rise for about 40 minutes. The rolls are now ready to be placed in the oven and we're going to bake them at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. That's what they look like now. The rolls are now ready and I lightly buttered them on top. And it's time to assemble the sandwich. I'm actually going to transfer them onto this wire rack. They're falling apart, but they're perfectly baked. I'm going to split it in half. And it's very lovely and fluffy. And I'm actually going to put a generous amount of pulled pork mixed with homemade barbecue sauce and put some coleslaw on top. It looks and smells amazing. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven. If you would like to know how to prepare pulled pork or homemade barbecue sauce, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, bye.